So what do you look for when you set a text?
The setting of text, for me, it's kind of the most important thing, and this sounds really specific, but the most important thing is that the text does not require what I would call like a circular legibility, which means like in a poem, if the trick of the line of poetry requires that when you're reading the end, you're kind of thinking about the beginning, it's not going to work as sung text, because sung text happens in real time, and B, kind of the train is moving and you can't get off it. I don't really believe in repeating text if you can avoid it, or the only thing I'll do is repeat text, like in a sort of stylized way. But I think the most important thing is that the lines progress.
Now, how does this differ from the opera libretto?
It's the same. It's actually the same. With an opera libretto, I feel like you want the opera libretto to read as clearly as possible, with as few word games as possible.
Now, when searching for an opera libretto, there needs to be something left out that the music can fill in. Do you?
Quite so. Yeah. I mean, I've written two operas with two very different librettists, but the thing that they shared was a sense of this, that the simplest thing is always going to be the best. Because honestly, you're not really listening to the words. It's the thing where you sort of capture the words and then look at what's going on. You like receive them in like an éclat, and then you kind of deal with. But if the words are like wordy word, then it gets muddy, in a way, if that makes sense. Like the wordy words can work if you know the plot already, which is why the passions work, because he's gonna die. You know what I mean? Like this isn't a secret. Like, but if you're trying to tell a story, if you're trying to do one of the operas that I wrote is essentially a policier, so it's like 2 episodes of SVU, and with that you don't want poetic language. You don't want anything that's really complicated. You want it to be very declamatory and simple. With art song, you have a little bit more room, but I've found that I set text better the simpler it is.